Another typical mechanic involving items is crafting new ones and dismantling them. Crafting is the process of using and destroying in the process a collection of items in order to create a new item. Dismantling is the opposite operation in which an item is destroyed in order to obtain a collection of smaller items. Let's recap how to define the crafting ingredients of an item. We can select an item and choose which ingredients are necessary to craft it by selecting them from the Item's Crafting section. In this case, we need 6 metal ingots in order to craft a metal shield. The crafting and dismantling conditions are very useful to determine whether an item can be crafted at the present time or not. For example, one could only allow crafting weapons if the player has a hammer item in its inventory, or limit the types of dismantleable items based on the current blacksmithing level. To display a crafting or dismantling interface, we can use the Open Tinker UI instruction. We can see that it accepts a Tinker UI skin, similar to a bag or merchant skins. The input bag and output bag fields refer to the bag from where ingredients are taken from and where the resulting items of the crafting or dismantling operation are placed. Most games will use the player's inventory as both the input and output. But if your game has different needs, you can change where each item is taken from and placed to. The Filter Item field is optional and lets you choose what type of item type will be displayed. Any item inheriting from that item type will be shown in the list, while any craftable items that don't inherit will not be shown. Lastly, the Wait to Close checkbox determines whether the instruction is put on hold while the interface is open and resume after exiting the tinkering window. Let's see how it works. As we can see, when executing this instruction, a new window appears with all the craftable items that pass the item type filter. Now that we know how to open a tinkering interface, let's take a look at the inventory examples and see how the Alchemy table is created. As we can see, there is a station up north of the scene. We can't brew any potions at the time since we don't have the necessary ingredients. In order to brew a potion, we need an alcoholic decoction as well as some herbs. We can gather all these ingredients from the table and the little garden on the right. Let's head back to the crafting table and open the interface again. We can now brew some potions. And, of course, use them. The inventory module comes with more examples of tinkering, such as forging equipment that you can use to learn from and create your own systems. As well as a workbench for dismantling items. This and much more can be learned with the built-in examples of the inventory module. Happy game making!